So we've taken this block, sanded it, gessoed it, put the patch on it. Now I have some that are ready to go for my next phase of Moni Hill painting. Some days I'm a straight edge kind of girl and I use rulers to do my stripes. I'm going to show you the two sides of myself. So I just lay down, a pattern that I'm going to use. I'll do a minimalist Moni, one line. Sometimes that takes more courage and bravery than many lines. It's just to do one line and say that's it for today. Another thing that inspires me is out in nature on my walks. I'm a whitewater rafter, or I was back in my young days. I love the way water moves around obstacles, and I think we can learn a lot from the way water moves. So and sometimes in my art, I'll put a rock on it and then move my water around it. And I love the patterns that can emerge from just that little simple shape and concept of water flowing around things. This is a piece that I actually used house paint that has a high gloss. I prefer flat paints, but this is what I had laying around, and in the tradition of Southern folk artists, I said, well, I'm going to use it. So that's why it has a nice sheen to it. For this one, let's do blocks. So now they're ready for some color. This is just the first layer. Actually, it'll be the second layer of color. And I'm going to use Joe's Prime Really Good modeling paste to thicken up the colors so that when I go back and sand, it'll have some body with which I'm sanding. It doesn't just get totally sanded away. I also go complementary colors upon each other, so I'm seeing a lot of blues and turquoises. So my first layer of colors are going to be oranges and yellows. So let's build up the paint. Joe's Prime Really Good Light Fast Acrylic holds its color very well, and it's these nice bright hues. However, since I do like my paints to have body, I'm going to add to it the Really Good molding paste. And here I don't get too high tech. I dip my brush in, pull it up, and then start mixing until it's the consistency that I want it. I want a nice, don't freak out when you watch me do this. Yes, I leave color behind in there. That's just the way I work. People, I don't have a lot of time. I want to get all this color out of me and into the world, so I am not finicky. And then later on, like let's say I dip a blue brush into there, that orange is only going to make that blue deeper and richer. When we leave traces of the past behind, it makes us deeper. There. Life rules in art. All right, so I'm applying it, and do I follow my lines exactly? No. Do I follow them at all? Yes. All right, and I'm globbing it on there again because it gives texture and it gives depth. And this is where the paintings start to reveal themselves. And while I have this orange going, I just keep going with it. I don't stop while it's wet. Acrylic dries much faster than oils, but I've learned to take advantage of that because it forces me, once I have a color mixed, it forces me to go ahead and use it. That's why I like to have a lot of paintings in progress so that if I look over at one and I see it needs orange, look, I have it. So I just keep applying color until all this orange is gone. And another great thing about acrylic is it dries so fast that, let's say, and this happens all the time, I look at a painting and just think, gosh, that was going in the wrong direction. I don't like that orange. You just paint right over it. So this one, I love this piece. I left a lot of the texture. I was I did not sand it very well, but that's going to be really pretty when I go back and sand it, or it just makes it a little more interesting too. Even if I don't choose to go back and sand it, I think we all like something that has texture and draws our eyes in. All right, so that's about all the orange I want to use for now. While I've got this, but look, I still have some paint left, so I'll use it to start doing the sides. Remember, my thoughts about the sides is that when you have a painting of mine sitting around your house, I want you to really like it from whatever angle. Happiness and beauty are linked, I think. So the more beauty, and I think color really helps make a life beautiful. And whether people know it or not, when they see colors that are working together or bright or and somehow lifts their hearts in a way, I love that my paintings can do that for people throughout the day. So it's almost gone. We'll just do one of the sides of this one with the orange. If I run out, do I worry? Do I make it another batch? No, I just leave it because I'll dry it. It'll dry and just keep evolving that way. Really just learn to go with the flow. That's what I've learned from art. All right, I want to get some yellow down. Let's mix some yellow right on top of this. This is completely how I paint at home. One of the jobs that I give my daughters at home is to peel the paint off of the tops of the lids to get me ready to go into the studio. And they love going and peeling the dried off paint, and I have a jar that they put the dried off paint on. Here's an example of one I brought from home. Look, a clean palette. I mean, these little things are beautiful in and of themselves, aren't they? But there, a clean work surface. So you really don't have to have all your ducks in a row to start painting. You just need some paint, a little bit of time, and something to paint on. So if you're worried about running out and getting all these materials so that you can start your painting, and because you only have a green or a yellow at home and you don't have the molding paste, it does not matter. Just start working with whatever you have. All right, I'm putting in the molding paste to thicken it up. And these are only suggestions. Again, these are not rules. Just like cookbooks, they offer suggestions for a recipe, not. I don't really follow the recipes, do I? Oh, look at that go on. That's like butter. So again, these are, I'm just layering. These are not this is not the final draft. This is going to make what every layer I put on here, every brush stroke just will make it more interesting. So I must have put more molding paste in this one. It's coming out really well. Yeah. I also like to give myself the challenge to only use 2 colors in a painting. Because, you know, it's my initial instinct to go ahead and put down every color of the rainbow on a single painting. So I challenge myself just because I end up liking the more minimal paintings better than my over-the-top colorful paintings. I like seeing a little bit of restraint in my work. I don't know if you all do, but I think when I'm older and wiser, my paintings will just maybe have 1 color in them. I wonder if that would be interesting. Anyway. Okay, so I've got yellow, more yellow to use. I see some sides that need yellow, that need some paint here. Maybe while I have this yellow on there, I'll mix in some green. because I would like to just put some color on there and then have these little panels ready for the next phase. Let's add some deep turquoise to that, and let's just see what happens. I guess this painting will have 3 colors. Oh yeah, that gives a nice rich green. That'll really be pretty as it shows through. So do I like this as it is? No. Am I afraid that I'm not going to like this painting? Nope, because it's changing and evolving. There we go. All right. Let's add some more molding paste to this, and I will finish up some of those sides. Here I go. Okay, everyone, hold on to your seats. Now there's green in there. Oh my gosh. It's a mess. A lovely mess. All right, do the sides, and these will be ready. So I talked a little bit about my approach to color, and I'll keep talking about it every phase of the way. But I do like to layer complementary colors on top of complementary colors. Because opposites bring out the best in the other one. Red makes green more beautiful. Yellow makes violets more beautiful. All right, I have a little bit of paint here. I'm just gonna start one going. All right, because who knows where that one will lead. All right, that's the second phase.